Hey everybody, it's CompHelp. Thank you for watching this video, which is part 5 of my 3D Studio Max series for beginners. So you've learned a ton. I'm not going to go over what we've learned because I went over that last time, but now you kind of have a sense of how to make these objects bend, why these segments are really important, because, you can make these objects, it makes objects more flexible, able to do more things, more smooth, things like that. Alright, in this video, what I actually want to go over is really simple animation. Okay, really simple animation, which is pretty much animating a modifier. Okay, so actually, I'm right here still on my other Noodle thing, whatever I was doing here. I'm just gonna go to, the screen button, reset. No, I don't want to save, and click yes. Great. So let's go ahead and really simple animation here. Let's go to cylinder, and I'm actually gonna make my noodle this time. It's not gonna be a box noodle. There we go. I have made my noodle. I'm going to hit Z and J so I can get rid of those annoying white squares. If I hit F4, you can see. There we go. Hit J. And, yeah, you can see our segments there. Add our height segments to make this noodle more flexible. Great. I don't know. Maybe about 15. 15's fine. So, I'm going to hit Alt-W, make this viewport bigger. And let's get started. Let's go ahead and go to the modify list. Let me right click and get out of that create the cylinder command. Let me go to this modify panel here, tab, and I'm going to bring down a bend. Great. So now we can, woohoo, it's a noodle bending, great. See that? It's my noodle. Yeah, don't make fun of it because it will attack you viciously. Okay, here's how you very simply animate. This should be a short video. Here is our timeline. This is time. This is 0 frames, 5 frames, you can see right here, 100 frames. If we go over to this button over here, time configuration, we can see that we are moving at a standard 30 frames per second. So when we move, if I move this slider over to 30, that is 1 second of animation. Okay, and we can see that we have a length of 100 frames, which is also right here. I'm just going to leave everything the same. Everything's normal. So don't mess with anything. I just wanted to show you that. We're moving at 30 frames per second, and this is a length of 100 frames. Click OK to get out of that or cancel. It doesn't matter. Now, this is the easy way of animating. It is called auto keying, which means that every time you move, it will record. 3ds Max, 3D Studio Max will say, okay, I know exactly what you did. Thank you for enabling this auto key mode. So let me turn on auto key. Okay, and now you can see that our bar turned red. Interesting. Now if I move this slider up to, let's say, 50, and I give this noodle a bend of, I'm just going to say 80. Great. You can see that it creates frames or keyframes for us automatically, auto-magically. Let's go ahead and rip this sucker back to 100, and I'm going to right click on these arrows to make it back to 0. Alright, or you know what? Yeah, let's go back to 75 and rip this sucker to negative 40. Okay, it's going to be kind of wild. And if I rip this back to 100, there we go. Now it's at 0. Now you can see, I kind of gave it away already, but if we start moving the slider, you can see that we are already animating our noodle. It's animating. It's moving. Now something important to do is to turn off the auto key. This way, in case we move this noodle somewhere or something, 3ds Max won't remember it and screw up our animation. So let's turn off auto key, and we can actually either move through the slider and see what we've done, or we can click play. And there we go. That is our animation playing. See that? It's very simple to animate. Alright, so it automatically creates the first keyframe. As soon as we move over here and change the bend, it'll make it different. And we can also, every time we change the bend, when the auto key is on, it'll make a different animation. So if we turn auto key back on, and let's say we want this 75 frame to actually not go that way, it'll go a little bit further. So we can actually take this down to 140.5, I guess. And now if we play that, we've edited in real time how far it goes. See that? And instead of it starting out straight like that, what we can do is probably curl this sucker up like that. And now if we press play, it'll start while it's curled up. See that? So there you go. Now you have a moving noodle. Very cool. Not gonna lie, that is pretty much simple animation. Now, something that you might want to also know is let's turn this auto key on. And let's move to 25. And let's press W. And now we have our move tool out. Alt W and press Z to center up. I'm going to go to my top view and I'm going to actually move this to the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this over to 50. I'm going to move it some more. And over to 100. I'm going to move it even more. Okay. Now check it out. If I go to my perspective view, I make this full screen, Z up. If I play this, now look at that. Now you've animated it actually bending and moving. It's pretty cool. Now let's say you want to get totally crazy. Let's go ahead and auto key is still on. So at 25, I'm going to rotate this as well. Okay. And at 75, I'm going to rotate it this way. And at 100, I'm gonna just go uncontrol. See how we don't have any control. No, I'm not gonna do that. Let's go this way, and I'm gonna rotate it that much. All right, now let's click play, and hopefully we don't get dizzy. There we go. See how the rotation is now taking effect. So now we have a bend, we have a move, and a rotation animation going on. Let's take it one step further and actually do some scaling at the same time. Let's go to 25, and we'll make this thing huge. And then at 50, we'll make this thing really small. And then at 75, we will make it about that big. And 100, make it a little bit smaller. Now let's click play. Now look at that, huge, and then small, and then, wow, it's going crazy, and I think I'm going to throw up because it's getting me dizzy. So there we go. That's pretty much how you really super easy animate with the auto key. Make sure you turn that off, because then if you start messing with things, it'll just go crazy on you. So there we go. Now you guys know some basic animation, how all this works together. It's kind of all coming together now, right? Now you know why the segments work together with the bend, and now you know why the scaling works together with I'm just gonna make stuff up now. But you know, everything just starts working together. Everything I've showed you, you've probably edited the parameters while animating, and you've probably added more segments, and I don't know. You guys know. You're learning a ton right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into step 6. Step 6. Remember, please rate, comment, or thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I'm so old school, I always say rate. Thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Please click part 6 next.